as I stand out here and it gets dark and cold, I find I identify a little bit more than I have before with Peter, who was standing by the fire, warming himself on a cold, dark night when his master, his Lord, the man whom he loved more than any in the whole world, was betrayed by one of his fellow disciples into the hands of the authorities who were supposed to protect and keep the law, not break it and destroy it, into the hands of the Romans, who the hated oppressors, whose only claim to fame was theoretically that they were bringing the law and the enforcement of justice to the world, and yet we're committing this hideous act of injustice. And as he's standing there, totally broken by the destruction of all his hopes and dreams, warming his hands by this, pathetic excuse for a fire in this cold, dark night, people keep coming to him and pestering him and accusing him and saying, you're one of them, you're with him. And he has nothing. He has nothing to fall back on. Everything, all his hopes and dreams, everything is destroyed. Even what use is it now to be to actually live out that protestation of love that he offered to his Lord and Master? His Lord and Master is being crucified. It's all falling apart. And so he says, has all of us would in his situation, I don't know him. Never seen the man before. I'm just here warming my hands by the fire. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, so I have a Galilean accent. It's okay. Not one of his disciples. Peter is us. We are Peter. We have these great protestations of love. Though everyone else betrays you, I won't. I will be faithful. I love you. And then we go and we turn around and do what? With our time, with our energy, with our money. We give up. We recognize, we look at the world system and it's broken. What's the point? Why should we maintain our integrity? And we fail. And the failure is brought to the fore in the readings, in what we have experienced with Peter, in the condemnation of the Jewish nation, the Jewish people, the people who should have recognized him for the life giver that he was, and instead destroyed the giver of life. But they're us. Even as we call for vengeance, because we love God and we love Jesus and we love him. And of course, that's the natural, like, Lord, avenge yourself. That's our natural outcry of love. The response, the only response that saves us, that redeems us, that redeems the whole world, is Jesus' response from the cross. Father, forgive them. They have no idea what they're doing. And he forgave Peter. And he forgives us as we turn to him, broken by our own failure, shattered by our own lack of love. He forgives us and receives us back, restores us to favor, to our position as sons and daughters of the Most High God, as inheritors of the kingdom, and says to us simply, feed my sheep. Don't worry about the other person. Don't worry about what is going to happen to him. Just follow me and feed my sheep.